Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. And as of right now, we have 59 participants on the line. Make sure that you reach out to your team. We do not want any ICMs left behind. These trainings are an amazing way to start out your day, not only with our awesome trainer, with whatever they have to bring to the table, but also with the videos that we start the day out with as well. Christion Sadler is someone who I have the honor of bringing out today. He is a wonderful trainer who I've known for a couple of years now. And just a little bit of his background. Before Renatus, as a young teen, he was troublesome and kicked out of class a lot. He got older and was experiencing financial scarcity. He was working a daily wage job in steel fabrication, heard about real estate and the wealth opportunity that comes with real estate. He attended different guru events and felt like he wasn't really getting anywhere. He then found Renatus and started hanging around people that he wanted to be like. He showed up early to meetings and he left late, helping out however and wherever he could. After Renatus, or since Renatus, he's done multiple deals netting over 6 figures. He's a marketing leader, a PIT team member, meaning he's a President's Advisory Council member in training. He is one of the founding members of Team Elevate. He's been in the real estate business for over 13 years, and Christian is always looking to add value to those around him, and I definitely agree with that. We're so fortunate to have Christian as our trainer today. Good morning, Christian. How are you?
I am great, Keely. How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Well, good. And thank you for everything that you do for this team, Keely. Starting off these calls is no small task. I mean, you obligate yourself to a whole team of people, and we are so grateful for the way that you start things off, the way that you really own this, and I love the quotes. I love the videos that you play. If there's anybody that's just getting on the line that has kind of made it a habit of getting on here just a little bit late, I would encourage you to get on time, if not early, because Keely starts things off before the top of the hour with some great videos and quotes. And Keely, I just want to say thank you again for everything that you do for the team. All right, folks. So today, what I want to do is I want to get in, and we have something that's starting today that is, I believe, going to help a whole lot of people. And because of that, I want to have a conversation about it. And I just want to look through real quick and see who we have on the line, because there's somebody in particular that if they've made it on, I'm going to have them come out and share a little bit. But I didn't reach out to them beforehand, so let me just check. And there is going to be some of you that I'm going to ask to come on out and help with today's training, because it's more of an unveiling than anything. And I'm excited because many of you may or may not know what I'm talking about. And many of you, even if you don't yet know what I'm talking about, have something to say about the EMT training that is starting today. And so we're doing something a little unique with this EMT training. Now, some of you have been through EMT. Some of you may have been through what they call ATM. And I'm just stopping some videos here to get those out of the way. All right. And oh, there's another video. Let me get rid of that one. All right, you've been through an ATM, you've been through an EMT, and it's fundamentally changed your business. It's changed the way that you operate your business. And so a couple of things I want to show is, or I want to share and show, is today is the day that we have the first session. And we're doing something a little bit unique. So last week here in Salt Lake City, we had the EMT, and we gave a little bit of a preview to what the EMT is. And then today, what we've decided to do is we're actually going to do more than a preview, meaning talking about what EMT is, but we're actually going to let people experience that first session of EMT. And Dane Clark is going to be the one that is teaching and training today. And Dane is just a master I loved the quote from today that Keely shared, where it was Muhammad Ali that said, if you view the world the same at 50 that you did at 20, you've wasted 30 years of your life. And man, that just hit home with me. I think about all of the people that are stuck in an old mindset, that are not evolving, that are not changing, that are not growing, that are not pushing themselves outside of their limits. And so therefore, they're living the same life that they were living 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I once heard somebody say that if if your business looks the same as the day that you started it, or, if you're kind of, for example, a realtor, some realtors will say, I have 20 years experience. But if they are doing the same thing that they did the first year, they don't have 20 years experience. They have 1 year experience repeated 20 times. And so because of that, this is a perfect time to talk about the EMT and how, folks, this for me, that the EMT training is all about leverage. So, I had been in the business for many years. And when I decided to take the EMT, it was for a specific reason. I wanted to see what the top leaders, and the one that I took was solely held by Michael and Vanessa Huggins. So if you guys don't understand what they've done, what they've accomplished, get to know them. I mean, they have just shot out of the gate and become the top producers in Renatus. And so I wanted to know, what is it that they do in their business, and what is it they do to train their teams? How are they so good at creating leaders within their team? And so I was leveraging their experience. I was leveraging their knowledge. I was leveraging even their relationships. And in so doing, what I've also done is I've encouraged my team to participate in the EMTs, because, again, I'm leveraging now the training from the experts. And so this EMT, we're going to have some absolute experts that are training. So you have Dane Clark that will be training. You have Nate Lambert. And if you guys don't know about Nate's success, he recently broke his own record. So he had the record of the highest income month in Renatus, over $100,000. He just broke that. In fact, he shattered it with a $143,000 month. And that was just a few months ago. Now, if you have heard more of that story, Nate did that after being gone on vacation for almost an entire month the month before, meaning he was starting from scratch. So he knows something about getting things started. And this EMT is designed around the holidays. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen real quick. It's designed around the holidays. And so I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to share a few more things. And what I'd like to do is, if you guys have participated in an EMT or an ATM, either one, I'm going to want your story. So put your hand in the air. If you've participated in one, if you could comment right now in the chat section and say me, or something of that sort, so I know that I can call on you, that you would be willing to share a little bit of your experience. But real quick, as I'm sharing this, ready to have yourself a merry 10K Christmas? The Holiday EMT is designed to be an intense 7-week training course that will equip you to maximize your time with family and friends over the holidays, so they can also benefit from Renatus. Learn from national leaders and top income earners in Renatus. Pack and pit exactly what they're doing to generate massive success in their marketing business. Learn how to bless more lives with Renatus and income opportunity, and build a scalable, sustainable team. Be prepared to be inspired, to receive personal development training, and to learn practical, tactical techniques that will elevate your mindset, your relationships, your business, and your life. The classes will be held at SLCC in Sandy, November 7th, 14th, 21st, 26th, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. The cost is $199 per person to sign up, and $100 will be refunded back to you upon successful completion of the training, meaning you'll come to all the classes, complete all the homework assignments on time. Now, some of you are thinking, why is he talking about this training that's happening in Utah? Because even if you're not in Utah, you can participate. So you can sign up for the holiday EMT and you can participate virtually over Facebook. So we do Facebook Live streaming of this event. And some of you are saying, yeah, but that's happening on Thursday, and that's the same time that I'm hosting an event in my area. Well, guess what? Because it's streaming, it's also recorded, which means that you can jump on a day before, you can jump on later that night, you can jump on the following day, and you can go through the training and you can get all the homework and you can participate. And with that, you're actually going to be brought into the EMT Warriors Facebook group. So this is kind of what it looks like when we stream. And this right here, this EMT Warriors group, is where Nate was sharing and going through the preview last week, right? There's all kinds of other info in here of homework that other people have done. So not only is this a training that you're going to go through, folks, it's going to be a place where you interact with other team members, where you build relationships. You are going to have not only, the hour and a half or so of training that you'll get on Thursdays, but then you're going to have homework that you need to do. And some people have said, well, what kind of homework is it? Well, some of the homework is reading a specific book. Some of the homework is doing a Facebook Live video. Some of the homework is memorizing the script so that you are better at your conversations. These are some of the things that you're going to learn within the EMT training. So, as you can see here, there's all kinds of interaction within this group from people who have participated in the EMT. So, what I want to do is, I first of all want to give you this website. You're going to come to, and actually what I need to do is share a different share. Let's see, whiteboard, share, and then we're going to text, and here is your URL. You're going to go to Team Elevate slc.com/EMT. That simple. Now we're gonna, let's see if I can format this, make it much bigger. That's not big enough yet. Let me format it again. Go to 72. All right. So Team Elevate SLC. Did I spell all that right? teamelevateslc.com/EMT. All right. So today we're giving a preview. So if you're here local in Utah, then you can actually go upstairs into the EMT room, even if you haven't paid yet. Now this is only for 1 week, so don't freak out if you've already paid. Nobody's getting free access to the entire training. They're just getting a preview of today. And you're going to have the opportunity again to, to sign up here and be a part of it. Now, if you're not a part of it yet, if you're not signed up and you're out of state, that's okay. What you need to do is just send a message over to myself, Ryan Black, Nate Lambert, or Dane Clark. And what we can do is we can actually bring you into this group for today, for this evening, and you can watch as we stream the first session live within this group. So it's going to be streamed live into this group. Now, of course, you're only going to keep access to this group if you actually decide to step up, take on your life, and participate in the training. So, as I've done that, and I guess I'm still sharing my whiteboard. I was thinking that I switched over to my screen here. So, where am I at here? All right. So we're on the whiteboard. I'm going to go back to the screen, share. And again, we're going to put you in here for today. And we'll probably, because some of you are going to be running your own events, we'll probably leave you in there for a day so that you can get a sneak peek and get a portion of this training and just make sure and solidify your decision. Now, some of you, you've already made the decision and no big deal. You're already participating and you're already going to be with us. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to jump over to the chat, and Sandra, you were the first one to chat in here, I believe. Can you come out? And I'm talking to Sandra. I'm not sure. Sandra's iPhone. Would you come out and be willing to share about your experience going through EMT and what it did for your business?
I joined EMT, and it made me realize that I was just fooling myself. I needed to take action if I wanted to move forward in what my dream was back then. So yeah, it was a big opener for me, eye opener. I didn't stop pretending and start acting. So yeah, for me it was a big eye opener. And since then I have made deals happen for me, and still working in myself every day, but definitely it create consciousness.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate you coming out and sharing. Keely, you were the next one in line. If you could come out and share a little bit about your experience, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I did the EMT back in October of last year, and I'm in Arizona, so at the time they were streaming it through, excuse me, I'm catching a cold. They were streaming it through Zoom. And sorry, I'm also getting into my car. What EMT did for me was helped me see some very specific action steps to take, and it provided me with some structure on what to do and how to do it. And it really opened me up to talking to people just anywhere and everywhere that you go, just all the time. So, you know, as you're at the grocery store or at the mall or whatever it is that you do throughout the day, how powerful it is to be able to just start up those conversations and create relationships that way. So that was some of what it did for me.
Awesome. Very cool. And I'm just going through the chats here as I'm listening. And Keely has really become a leader in this business, and I've seen so much growth in her. And I can say the same for Sandra as well. Sandra has stepped up to the plate and has done some amazing things for the team, helping out on registration and, you know, just helping to guide things along. You guys obviously can see that Keely is stepping into her own with her leadership and what she's doing. She's doing trainings now out there in Arizona, and these are the people that are going through this type of a training. So Levi Hunsaker, you've done both. You've done the EMT and the ATM. Come on out and share a little bit about your experience.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. So with EMT, you know, I don't know who out there feels like they're stuck or trapped in their own head and just afraid to talk to people they know about what they're doing. But EMT was what blew that wide open for me. And actually in that process, that is actually what helped me to get 5-star qualified from the time that I started doing the marketing till about 4 months later is what that took. You know, nothing is guaranteed, but if you put your mind to work and actually take action and do it, you know, the possibilities are open at that point. And one of the biggest things for me is teaching and getting taught and learning how to have simple conversations to help people learn what this can actually do for them. And so that's been amazing for me.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for coming out, Levi. Levi's another one of those guys who has really stepped into his own and he's a leader here locally with us. He's doing some incredible things. In fact, he was just recognized this past Saturday with the Service Cup, a big trophy, based on everything that he does for this local team. We are so lucky to have Levi and Jill on our team because they are service oriented, and on top of that, they lead by example, meaning to go out there and produce results. And so they take away the excuses from those who say, I can either serve or I can make money. They're doing both. And it's really cool to see that. All right, we do have somebody that is off of mute. Were you coming out to share about your experience? All right. Is there anybody else that would be willing and excited to come out here and share a little bit about your experience with a previous EMT training? All right, I did notice that we had somebody that got on late and they're attempting to understand what's going on. And so, yes, you're going to go to teamelevateslc.com/EMT. So the main website is still under construction. However, there's a whole bunch of sub-websites that, can get you to where you need to go. And so this is the one that we're going to right now. I've got it up on the screen, teamelevateslc.com/EMT. And when you go there, then you're going to end up right here. And this is where you pay. Again, it's going to be $199 that you're going to pay. And $100 of that is refundable. So that means that you're only going to pay $99 for this intensive training. Now, somebody else asked the question and said that we've already passed the 7th, and you're right, because the 7th was actually the preview. So you'll still have access to that. Again, that was the preview. So that was kind of the first session. And now we have today. Today is the first official session with training involved. And we are going to allow those who are interested but are still making the decision of whether you're going to dedicate the next 6 weeks of your life to this training, then you can get on and you can actually participate in one session for free. And that's going to be with Dane Clark. Dane is a PAC team leader and doing some incredible things within his business, both in marketing, which he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in real estate, where he has millions of dollars lent out right now to other people and their deals. In other words, Dane Clark went from a roofer. He didn't even have the money to start Renatus, meaning he had to borrow it on credit cards, to now owning his own private bank. So he knows a little something about this dual income opportunity, and he's going to teach you about it today. And so again, that's happening tonight. It's at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So 7 o'clock Mountain Time, you have to look at what that is in your area and what time that is. Again, if you are hosting an event, we don't want you to be absent from your event, because you are a part of that group. You are a part of that environment. You are, we want you to bring the energy to your local team and your local group. And so what we can do is you can actually get on and you can watch the recording. So if there's any questions, you guys can actually reach out to me personally. And the easiest way to do it, because if you're wanting to be brought into the group, is to just look me up on Facebook Messenger. Send me a message through Facebook Messenger. So you've got to spell my name right. And I'm going to get over here to sharing and the whiteboard, because that's where most people have the hard time. So let me spell it out for you. I'm going to go to text again. So my name, Christion with an I-O-N, Sadler with one D. So pull me up on Facebook Messenger, send me a quick message that just says, hey, I want in. Now, if you've already paid, don't worry, you're going to get an automatic email. So if you pay here, you're going to get an automatic email that is going to come through, that is going to give you all the information you need to be able to be added to the group and to be able to stream all of the training and whatnot, and you'll be good there. If you are still trying to figure out, is this something that you want to do, then that's when you're going to send me a message. And I keep switching screens thinking that you guys follow me, and I forget that I have to switch my shares at the same time. Anyways, find me on Facebook, Christion with an I-O-N, Sadler with 1D. Send me a message that just says, hey, I want to be in that EMT group. And in so doing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add you to this group right here, EMT Warriors. Now, cool thing about this is once you participate in the EMT, guys, once you've done it once, you get added to the group long term. Now, that doesn't mean that that you're not going to want to do the training again and again. But what it does mean is David McIntyre, thank you. I'm seeing your message coming through already. Awesome, appreciate it. And I'll make sure that I get you added on there. But you're going to get access to many of the testimonials and the trainings and the interaction within this group just because you've participated the first time. So thank you all. And we are at 8:30. Is there any questions that you guys have? Sherry Wallace, I'm seeing your message. We're going to get you added in. And remember, today's EMT is not just a preview. You're actually going to be able to experience part of the training. David McIntyre, absolutely. Pay through the link. I'm seeing you on Facebook messaging through. You're just going to pay through the link. And if you do that, again, they're going to get you added to this group. You're going to be all good. So you're covered there. We've got some chats with some. All right. I've got a testimonial right here from Noreen. And she came out and said, I attended the EMT under Michael Huggins in Denver. It completed the class in the end of October. It pushed me to think outside of the box, to be accountable, to take action. And it made me realize the biggest obstacle in succeeding in marketing was myself. I would have come off mute, but I wanted to attend these. But I attend these webinars while I'm at my W-2 and unable to share out loud. Well, Noreen, thank you for sharing via text. And that is awesome. And it was cool to meet you when you were here in Salt Lake City. All right, Lita, again, once I X out of this webinar, I'm not going to see your message. So do me a favor, and you're going to need to send that message over on Facebook Messenger. And Sandra, absolutely, you can preview tonight. It's just fine. If you want to preview it, then just send me a message. I'll get you in there. If you're in Florida, it's no big deal. All right. Any final questions? Sound like we have somebody off mute. So let me see if that's somebody trying to come up here. Well, folks, if there's no final questions, I'm going to let you run because you have some things to do. Go right here to teamelevateslc.com/EMT. And it's going to bring you right here to this page. Go ahead and get signed up for EMT. And you're going to have the next 6 weeks, including this week, where it's going to be an intensive training. You're going to have not only instruction, but you're going to have action. This is an immersive experience for you to participate in.
Hey, Christian.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Gilda. And I just wanted to ask you, I had to, step out to take a very important phone call. Now, what time is this one on Thursdays?
So 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
And how many hours is it?
It's going to go about an hour and a half at a time.
Okay. All right.
And do remember that it's not just the hour and a half where you're in the instruction. There is going to be homework throughout the week as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And if 7 o'clock Mountain Time, again, for those of you who are in a different state and you might be participating in your own events, if that time doesn't work for you, you'll be able to watch it the following day and still keep up with the group. And your homework will still be counted because most of that homework you are going to be accountable to. There's going to be I can't remember what you call them, it's basically a teacher's assistant type of a deal. And they are going to help to make sure that everybody is doing their homework. And as long as you do your homework, as long as you complete the entire training, you're going to get $100 of that $199 back. All right, I'm seeing more and more messages coming through that are saying, get me into that EMT. I want to be there. Any final questions? Oh, there is one right there. Will the homework assignments be dispersed through the Facebook group? Sherry, the Facebook or the homework assignments will be dispersed during the class instruction, and you are going to get access to, if you're outside of the state, you're going to get a downloadable workbook that you're going to go through. And if you are local, then you're going to get a physical copy of that workbook. So what you'll need to do is if you're out of state, you're going to want to print that out so that you can have it in front of you. David, the next training starts today. Today is when the EMT starts. All right, I'm seeing more and more messages coming through. I've got some work ahead of me, just getting you guys all added in there. Remember, the way that you stay in there is you've still got to pay for the training. So we can get you in there for tonight for the preview if you haven't paid yet. If you have paid, you're already going to be at it. No big deal there. And then if you want to continue on with that training and you feel like you can keep up, so to speak, and you're willing to push yourself out past your limits a little bit and into a new level of success, then you'll simply, you'll pay the fee here and you'll get reimbursed when you finish the class. Final questions? Final testimonials? Leo, it's the same thing. So Leo, what you're going to do is just have them, if he's interested in joining, just have him go to, and I'm going to switch over here and share my screen with my whiteboard one more time. Have him go to teamelevateslc.com/EMT. Again, Leo, it's team, in fact, I'll type it in here. Oh, looks like you got it, but I'm going to type it in anyways for everybody else, just in case. Somebody already did it for me before I could even get there. It was you, Leo. Well, thank you. Perfect. All right, folks, make it an amazing day. Whether you participate in the EMT or not, take actionable, action. Take action in your business. Go out there and do the things that are going to get you results. Find a way to be accountable to somebody. And that's one of the biggest things about this EMT is it gives you an accountability that you're probably not used to, and it's going to push you outside of your comfort zone. So get out there, be accountable, make things happen, and get results. See y'all soon.